are adjusting our stops, mitigating that exposure. I'm excited to be releasing that video for you legends. Now, that was CHFJPY. Then what we can see here is USD-CHF, which was actually the last trade to close for the week, but was second to last to be sent. Going into it on the daily time frame, what we can see here is as follows. We can see that there is, in fact, this ascending structure here, which we can see that price did, in fact, get below, form a nice 4-point descending, and then we can see that price was attempting to get below that previous higher low. Now, I was aware once again that the daily candle did not break below, so the game plan was if we fail to close below the daily higher low, then I will simply be shutting the structure down, and it is not in my interest. And so because of that, I wanted to make sure that I was trying to protect the capital to the best of my ability, really trying to mitigate that risk and maximize on the potential, that could be taken. Dropping to the 4 here, legends. What we can see is I didn't get the initial entry that I had wanted to, which was off of this daily higher low here on the 2-hour, which I'm going to show you guys right here. We can see that we did get an initial break. We never got the retest. We did successfully break and retest off of here. I wanted to get in within here, put stops above, and let it run down. I would have been able just to close much earlier, and I wouldn't have had to run it for 80 pips, but that's okay, because what you can see here is that we can see that price did, in fact, successfully on the 4-hour give us a successful confirmed entry off of this higher low within here, which is why I fired away for us. Stops were above what became the new lower high on the daily time frame once this daily candle did, in fact, close below, which made this just a very premium trade to be involved in, basically making the bet that if your stop gets taken out, the entire trade's direction is going to be switching. I hope you guys are picking that up between the two different types of stop losses. You can have a stop in which you could get taken out and still be right about the idea, versus you could have a stop that's above an actual structured point on the daily, basically representing if that stop loss gets taken out, that prices will be switching its entire direction. Very important to understand. Ultimately allows you to settle down those emotions and really understand, is structure switching its momentum, or are we simply pulling back to make a deeper correction, pick up some more orders before we can expect a further push of that direction. Very important to understand. Now, what we can see here is that this was just a really nice clean play. Ultimately, we did in fact get that immediate push, which we got a really strong daily candle. We did get a nice pullback that did develop, and what we can see ultimately is that once this low broke, we did in fact not only validate this as a lower high, but this became a lower high as well. And we can just see that price ultimately did in fact push into that final take profited area, which was really great to see. Volatility is at an all-time high, and I believe that it will still continue to do so. And so because of that, what's very important is you are aware of when it is appropriate to move and mitigate the exposure. It's not a given. It's not something that you're forced to do.